first heard about this project through Safer Healthcare Now, and actually it was through my links with Safer Healthcare Now that I first met this fellow. One very early morning in downtown Toronto, I got to chat with Keith Lee and I chatted with Keith over breakfast for an hour, and I realized when I was chatting with Keith that I really was on the wrong page in terms of what we were doing at UHN, that I really was focusing on the typical top-down strategy of trying to influence how to get people to change their behavior. And chatting with Keith for an hour, I sort of walked out of that meeting going, oh my God, everything I've been thinking about for the last couple of years is probably not going in the right direction. Very soon after that, I attended a couple of our meetings with the Western Collaborative with Safer Healthcare Now, where I got to meet Kurt. And we had a lot of conversations in between the various sessions. I got to hear the group from Billings, Montana talking about their experience with PD. Kurt invited me to a meeting in Baltimore with some of the real key innovators in positive deviance last November. And then it suddenly, over this period of several months, it suddenly occurred to me that everything I had learned in medicine kind of wasn't the way I wanted to go here anymore. That it really was, I wanted to go in a completely different direction. So, that meeting in November, and literally in December, we put in the application for this grant. So it was a very, very, very quick process. We got the funding for it in the spring, and then the rest of that story from then on out. So for me, it's been a complete 180-degree change in terms of how I think about these problems. And I'm just thrilled that, you never know when you get money for this, and part of the grant process is people actually applying to be study sites. You never know if anybody's actually going to show up. So I'm very glad that you showed up. We sort of sat there, and CPSI is very glad too, because they wouldn't give us the money until people showed up. So that's all good. So here we are today. So again, thank you so much for coming. I can't tell you how pumped I am about this. I think this is one of the few things that I get to do where I actually look forward to the meetings. I look forward to the discussions. It's just, I find it very, very, very interesting and really